So now we can move on to web storage. This is another new API that arrived uh, with HTML5 and all this new stuff under this umbrella. And there's a lot of cool things that we can do with that. So if we, what is the way that, if we want to store some data on the client side, how can we do that nowadays or in the past? Cookies. That was the solution. Like you go to Amazon, you log in, Amazon stores a cookie on your machine and puts your session over there. So when you get back, you have that session open, so you don't need to log in again, put your credentials again. So that's what cookies are for. And web storage is the replacement for cookies. And why is that? For cookies, you need to go to the server and do this round trip to get information. And you can't just do that, everything on the client side. And also, the maximum size of cookies is like 4 KB. And for web storage, it's like 5 mega, like MB. So the size is like much bigger and you can store much more stuff. That doesn't mean that you need to do this. Like there was a guy that when this API first came out, he made a website that was storing like cat photos on your machine and then reload your page and redirect you to a different page that was setting more cats, like 5 MB of cats in every page and set intervals, sending you to different pages and doing that. So that was a pretty crazy hack, and then they fixed that. And nowadays, you can only set this 5 MB for domains. It's a domain level information. So when you go to facebook.com, and we saw that earlier, you can go to resources, and you can see the cookies that Facebook stores, right? Facebook also stores some local storage. And you're going to show this right now.
So is web storage local storage? Where's web storage there?
Yeah, so web storage, it's this term that goes for local storage and session storage.
Okay.
This is the spec name for both of those APIs. So these are the APIs for web storage. You have local storage and you have session storage. Any idea how those works? What is the difference of them?
The session storage is cleared after you're done looking at the page, but the local storage is like a cookie that's always there.
Perfect.
So you clear it on purpose.
Yeah. So if I'm on this website and I put some data on the session storage and I close the browser, I will lose that information. With local storage, I can close, I can reset my machine, I can go to China for 5 years, come back, and I'll still have the information on my machine. So this one, if you want to persist the data for longer than a session, that's the API that you're going to use.
Hey, this is a pretty unrelated question, but when you brought up Facebook and went into developer console, I saw this a couple of times. It says stop. Where do you see that there? Because I've not seen it on mine.
Console.
Console? Because I go to console on Facebook and it just shows me the console.
Not showing anything?
It doesn't show me the stop thing. No, it doesn't show me anything. I guess as soon as I know what I'm doing.
You might need to be logged in.
Huh?
You might need to be logged in.
I'm logged in.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Weird. All right, thanks. It's that Wednesday morning thing. If I had Daniel walk over and show up.
So for those two APIs, we have a bunch of properties and functions, methods that you can run. You can get the length of your local storage. So this is going to get all the information that you have for that particular page. You can get a certain key. You can get that key by a number. You can remove an item, you can clear your local storage. And same thing goes for session storage. And same properties, same methods. So let's see how we can do that.
So local storage has a 5 megabyte limit, you said?
Yeah. So we can go ahead, and I'm on Facebook right now, and I have some information here on the local storage, some information on the session storage. There's nothing on session storage, so I will try to set some information. So let's get back and check it out, the API. Oh yeah, you need to know how to set it. So local storage dot set item. And we can take a look into this documentation and see how it works. So this is the method of storage interface, and tells me that I have 2 parameters that I can set. One is the key name and another one is the key value. And why is that? It's because both the local storage and session storage, they work, you store things as a hash. So you store the key and the value of that key. Just like you do with anything with JavaScript, any JavaScript hash. So let's do this. So
By hash, you mean the hash is the key.
yeah, so by hash I mean this. You have an object and you have some value. So ASD is the key and this one is the value. That's how we store some stuff on local storage and session storage. So let me try to do this. So I can see the APIs over here. Length, get item, clear, key, set item, okay? And I have two things that I need to put it here. One is the key name. So the key name is gonna be Fresno, and the value is gonna be
Hot.
is awesome. So just set this and let me check it out on my resources tab. Now I have the Fresno key with the value. It's awesome.
Will it parse an object if you pass it in JSON or something like that?
Cool. Good question. So we can just put A, B, so I'm trying to store some JSON over here. And let's see the value.
Your parentheses were off.
Oops. So I have this as a string, right? When I try to get this back, session storage dot get item, what happens? I'll get this as a string. So any idea, anyone, how can I get this information as a JSON? Convert a string to a JSON object.
Is there a JSON object kind of function in JavaScript, isn't there?
Yeah, so we have this JSON.parse, and we can get this information over here. Oops, native.
Your keys are wrapped in hoods.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
JSON's supposed to be double quotes, I think.
Yeah.
So you need
Oh,
single
yeah.
quotes on the outside. JSON is particular. I've learned something.
And,
Nice.
cool. Okay, so I have a challenge for you.
You JSON that stringify to convert your object into a
Exactly.
string to for
Yeah, the opposite of this So I have an object. So let me put this in a variable. So I have an object x. If I want to put it as a string define. Now I have a string back. Cool.
How come that doesn't screw it up? A couple quotes, couple quotes.
No, this is just the DevTools saying that this is a string. Cool. So here's the exercise. Imagine that you're building a diary application. The user is gonna go ahead and this is what the application has. Pretty simple. How was your day? And then you have this huge block that you can type stuff on it, right? And then I'm typing that, and I just reload my page. I don't know, my internet goes down, power is off, and I try to reload that page, I'm gonna lose that, right? That's the default behavior. So if you have a text area and you have some value on it, I try to writing how was my day, it was amazing, oh my gosh. And then I'm on a desktop and power is off. Or I'm on a laptop and my power is dead. So, or if I just hit reload, I'll just lose this content, right? So I want to have this application where I'm writing how was my day, and even if the browser closes, I'm gonna have that data, and once I come back to that page, I'm gonna have that text written and not just lose it. So you got the exercise? Understood?
When we store things, like what website is it going to be associated with? Localhost?
The page that you're writing. So it's going to be file.
Okay.
Or if you're running a local server, that local server.
And after a while, does even local storage never gets cleared out?
There's probably some limit. I'm not sure if it's going to be there forever, but it's a pretty high limit. I can search and check it out.